Welcome to your comprehensive, extended forecast for the week of July 6th to July 12th, Pisces. As the mutable water sign of the Zodiac, governed by the boundless, oceanic depth of Neptune and the expansive, truth-seeking energy of Jupiter, you occupy a sacred space in the cosmic landscape. You are the dreamer, the artist, the empath, and the psychic of the Zodiac, possessing an innate ability to perceive the subtle currents of the collective consciousness that others remain entirely unaware of. You navigate the world not just through the 5 physical senses, but through an intuitive, empathetic radar that allows you to feel the emotions, the histories, and the hidden desires of those around you. This week, the celestial energy is inviting you to perform a profound act of spiritual maintenance. You are being asked to harmonize the infinite, shifting tides of your inner world with the rigid, structured demands of the physical, daily reality. You have a natural tendency to drift, to lose yourself in your imagination, to prioritize the needs of others over your own, and to avoid the sometimes harsh edges of the material plane. But the stars are encouraging you to anchor your ship firmly in the harbor of your own truth. How can you take your boundless, fluid creativity and channel it into a tangible, nourishing structure for your life this week? This is not about suppressing your sensitivity. It is about building a container that allows your unique, beautiful spirit to flourish without being depleted. In your relationships, you value soul-level connection, unconditional empathy, and a form of intimacy that transcends the mundane. You are incredibly romantic and devoted, but you also have a tendency to idealize others, which can sometimes leave you vulnerable to disappointment when the veil of fantasy lifts. This week, the energy is asking you to lean into your intuition, but with a firm, compassionate focus on discernment. You are naturally porous, soaking up the anxieties and joys of everyone around you like a sponge, but the universe is encouraging you to establish stronger, more conscious, energetic boundaries. Your empathy is a superpower, a gift that allows you to heal others, but it is not a requirement to carry the weight of the world on your back. By refining your boundaries, you will find that your creative and emotional energy flows much more freely and with significantly less exhaustion. If you are in a relationship, share your artistic or spiritual interests with your partner to deepen your bond, but remember to keep your own dreams separate from theirs. If you are single, your aura is soft, gentle, and deeply alluring. You might feel a pull towards someone who feels familiar, but be careful not to fall for a fantasy projection. Allow a connection to unfold slowly in the real world before you give it your entire heart. Observe the actions, not just the potential. Professionally, your creativity is your greatest tool. While others are focused on cold, hard facts, linear logic, or the bottom line, you bring a level of emotional intelligence, nuance, and imagination that can turn a dull, routine project into something truly inspired. If you are feeling stuck in a rigid, bureaucratic, or overly analytical environment, try to carve out small, sacred spaces for your own creative process. Trust your gut. If a direction feels wrong, or if it violates your personal values, it probably is. Your intuition is often several steps ahead of your conscious logic. Do not dismiss those hunches as irrational. They are often high-level synthesis of information you have processed subconsciously. Financially, you have a tendency to be a bit fluid with your money, giving it away to help others, spending it on things that feel good in the moment to soothe an emotional ache, or simply losing track of the details because they feel heavy. This is a week to be more intentional. Use a simple tracking app, a dedicated notebook, or a visual budget to keep your resources grounded. This act of organization is not a limitation on your freedom. It is a foundation that actually gives you the security to dream even bigger. Your physical and mental well-being is deeply connected to your feet and your lymphatic system, both governed by your sign. In the language of the body, your feet represent your connection to the earth and your ability to stand your ground. When you are emotionally overwhelmed or trying to escape your reality, it often shows up as physical heaviness, fluid retention, or a lack of energy. To stay healthy this week, focus on things that move your energy. Gentle swimming, long, rhythmic walks in nature, or lymphatic massage. Mentally, your biggest challenge is staying anchored. You love to escape into the theater of your own imagination, but you need to come back to shore to handle your daily responsibilities. Find a daily, physical grounding ritual, like tending to a plant, lighting a candle with a specific intention, or playing music, to help you transition between your inner sanctuary and the external world. You need to nourish your spirit with beauty and silence, but you also need to nurture your physical form with consistency. Monday, July 6th. Start the week by setting a clear, spiritual intention. Journaling your dreams, your fears, and your deepest goals will help you set a path that feels authentic to your soul. Give yourself permission to dream without judgment. Tuesday, July 7th. You may feel particularly sensitive to the ambient energy of others. If a room, an office, or a social space feels heavy or draining, do not hesitate to step away and find a quiet corner. Your environment is a choice. Wednesday, July 8th. Your creative energy is at a peak. If you have been waiting for the right moment to work on an art project, a piece of writing, or a new idea, dedicate your evening to it. The muse is whispering to you. Listen closely. Thursday, July 9th. Your empathy is powerful today, but ensure you are protecting your own energy. Help others, offer a listening ear, but do not take on their problems as your own. You are a channel, not a sink. Friday, July 10th. By the afternoon, the desire to escape will be strong. Honor it by watching a beautiful, inspiring film or listening to soothing, ambient music rather than pushing yourself to be unnaturally productive. Saturday, July 11th. Prioritize deep, restorative rest. Water is your healing element. A long, saltwater bath, a trip to a nearby lake, or just sitting by a fountain will do wonders for your spirit. Wash away the week's residues. Sunday, July 12th. Use this day to reset. Clear your space, light some sage or incense, and give yourself the time to transition into the coming week with a peaceful, calm mind. Preparation is an act of self-love. This week is a journey, Pisces. It is a slow, steady move toward a version of you that doesn't have to apologize for being too sensitive or too dreamy. When you walk through your days this week, pay attention to the moments where you feel at peace and the moments where you feel scattered. The scattered moments are just signposts. They are telling you that you are trying to be everywhere for everyone, and it is time to come back to yourself. You are a bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, and that is a role of immense responsibility. But you can only hold that space if you are centered in your own being. Do not let the noise of the world silence the music in your heart. You are a master of transformation, a weaver of visions, and a guardian of compassion. Keep dreaming, keep feeling, and keep trusting that the light within you is more than enough to guide you through any fog. You don't have to save the world this week. You just have to be present in your own life. Furthermore, reflect on the cycles you have been closing lately. You are shedding old patterns of self-sacrifice and learning the empowering art of self-nurturance. This is a profound shift in your evolution. As you navigate these next 7 days, be gentle with your transitions. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to be quiet. You are allowed to protect your peace. When you focus on your own stability, you become an even more effective healer for those around you, because you are no longer leading from a place of depletion, but from a place of abundance. Your sensitivity is not a liability. It is a sophisticated instrument of perception. Use it to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and grace. Believe in the magic you carry, trust the timing of your journey, and know that you are deeply supported by the universe. You are a child of the tides, and you are destined for great, beautiful things. That is all for this week, Pisces. Keep dreaming, trust your inner light, and I'll catch you in the next one.